Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Wan Ibrahim Fahmi bin Wan Mahmud Khairi from Introduction to History Section 4. In this video, I will talk about a little bit of introduction of Andalus, or what we call Al-Andalus Caliphate civilization. Okay, first of all, welcome back to our journey back in time to see one of the most remarkable periods in history, Al-Andalus, a name that resonates with cultural brilliance, very brilliant architecture and intellectual enlightenment. Okay, where is this Andalus and what is Al-Andalus? Al-Andalus is the name that given to the Muslim territories in the Iberian Peninsula, was established in 711 Common Era. It all began when Tariq ibn Ziyad, a commander of the Umayyad Caliphate, led an army across the Strait of Gibraltar and defeated the Visigothic king Roderick in the Battle of Guadalete. This victory marked the start of a new era in that region. Initially, Al-Andalus was a province of the very vast Umayyad Caliphate, governed from Damascus. However, the Umayyad Caliphate's fate changed dramatically after the fall of the Umayyad dynasty in the Islamic heartlands. A young prince, that is Abdul Rahman I, fled to Al-Andalus and established an independent emirate in Cordoba in 756 Common Era. Then after that, the Cordoba quickly rose to prominence, becoming the capital of Al-Andalus. By the 10th century, under Abdurrahman III, the emirate transformed into the Caliphate of Cordoba, ushering in a golden age of prosperity and knowledge. During this time, Cordoba was one of the largest and most advanced cities in Europe, known for its libraries, universities, and cultural vibrancy. Al-Andalus was not just about political achievements, but it was a very fantastic of art, architecture, and learning. For example, the Great Mosque of Cordoba and the Alhambra in Granada are just the most fascinating examples of its architectural intelligence. These structures remain as testimonies to the creativity and skill of Andalusian builders. But Al-Andalus wasn't only about physical beauty, it was a melting pot of cultures, where Muslims, Christians, and Jews coexisted, sharing ideas and knowledge. It became a center for advancements in fields like medicine, astronomy, philosophy, and agriculture, shaping the intellectual landscape of the world. Despite its achievement also, Al-Andalus also faced so many challenges. Over the centuries, it fragmented into smaller kingdoms called taifas as Christian forces advanced in the north. By 1492, with the fall of Granada, the last Muslim stronghold Al-Andalus came to an end, leaving behind a rich legacy. Today, Al-Andalus stands as a symbol of cultural harmony and human achievement. Its story reminds us of a time when knowledge and coexistence flourished, creating a legacy that continues to inspire the world. Fun fact, if you want to know where is the Andalus now, if you want to visit, is it a little part of Spain and Portugal.
Bismillah. Assalamualaikum. My name is Abdul Hanif. Now I will present to you all about one of my subtopic and my part for our main title, which is Golden Era of Knowledge and Culture for Andalus, and my part is to explain to you all about the internal conflicts. Actually, for this part, for this subtopic, they are divided into three, which is the first one is political fragmentation, second one is second one is the leadership struggles, and the last one is ethnic tensions. Alright, now we go to the first subtopic, which is about the internal conflicts, and we go to the first part for the political fragmentation. For this part, I will explain to you all about the collapse of Umayyad Caliphate of Cordoba. After the collapse of the Umayyad Caliphate of the Cordoba in 1031, Al-Andalus actually fragmented into the small multiple small Taifa kingdoms, and each Taifa kingdoms is ruled by the local leaders. Next, these kingdoms often competed with one and another to fight for the powers and resources, and this case will weaken the overall political unity and stability of the region. Alright, now we go to the part 2 for my subtopic, which is about the leadership struggles. And if we talk about the leadership struggles in Andalusia, it happens because of the collapse of Umayyad Caliphate also happened in 1031, and this collapse actually is the significant cause of the instability happened in Andalusia. Many things happens, and there was no clear system in place for selecting new leaders. The lack of stable governance made difficult to maintain unity among the various regions, weakening the ability of the Muslim rulers to coordinate the defense against external threats, particularly the Christian Reconquista. Now we go to the last part for my subtopic, which is about the ethnic tensions. And if we talk about the ethnic tensions in the Andalusia, there are three. The top, for the first one is Arabs, Berbers, and the native converts, Mu'allats. And these three played a significant role in undermining social cohesion and political unity. We go to the first one, the Arabs. The Arabs, who initially established Muslim rule in Andalus, often held higher social and political status, while the Berbers, the second one, who had come from the North Africa, were crucial in the early military conquest. Meanwhile, the last one, the Mu'allats, native converts, native Librarians who had converted to Islam, they actually faced the discrimination and were often seen as a
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Hadid bin Faisan, matric number 2112529. So now I will continue the challenges faced by Al-Andalus during its golden age of culture and age. Remember, such greatness did not come without significant hurdles. One of the main challenges was external pressures, especially from the Christian Reconquista. So, exactly what is the Reconquista? The Reconquista was a centuries-long effort by northern Christian kingdoms like Castile, Leon, and Aragon to reclaim territories under Muslim control. They steadily advanced southward, capturing key cities one by one. For instance, Toledo fell into their hands in 1085, marking a major turning point in this conflict. The main issue in Al-Andalus at the time was internal division. After the fall of the Umayyad Caliph in Cordoba, Al-Andalus fragmented into smaller states known as taifas. Imagine this. When one large kingdom splits into many small states, their power weakens. This was exactly the opportunity the Christian force seized. Why? Because when these Taifa states were busy fighting among themselves, they could not unite against external enemies. Worse still, some of the Taifa kings even formed alliance with Christian kingdoms to defeat their neighboring Muslim rivals. Ironically, these actions only strengthened their adversaries. But that was not the only problem. The Christians did not just attack by land, they also launched assaults from the sea. Christians' naval force targeted the coastal areas of Al-Andalus, disrupting maritime trade. Back then, sea trade was crucial for the economy. So, when trade routes were disrupted, Al-Andalus economy began to decline. And when the economy weakened, it became even harder for the rulers to defend their territory. To make matters even more complicated, Al-Andalus also faced internal pressures. While they were renowned for their culture of knowledge, arts, and religious tolerance, political instability and power struggles continued to undermine the government's structure. With all these challenges, it's no wonder Al-Andalus struggled to endure for long. In conclusion, the fall of Al-Andalus was not due to a single factor. It was a combination of external pressures, internal division, and economic problems. From this, we can learn how essential unity and strategy are in overcoming significant challenges. See you next time in another presentation.
Hello, I am Zuhair. So I will continue with the explanation of the challenges faced by Andalus, which is Islamic Spain. So I will explain the profound socio-political changes that's disrupted in once thriving society. So among the most significant changes will happen in this Islamic Spain, which is Andalus, is economic decline. So constant warfare during the Reconquista drained Andalusian resources, severely impacting its economy. So sustained military, as we know, campaigns required significant funds, leading to heavy taxation that burdened the population. So the once flourishing trade networks and agriculture system of Al-Andalus were disrupted by the ongoing conflicts. So it is reducing economic productivity. So then the loss of key cities like Cordoba and Toledo further weakened the region's economic base. And the final of Granada in 1492 marked the end of Muslim-controlled trade hubs. So without the economic stability needed to sustain strong military and administrative system, so that makes Muslim states become increasingly vulnerable to Christian advances. So for the second one is cultural assimilation and suppression. So the Christian conquest of Iberia resulted in a systematic erasure of Islamic culture and identity. So Muslims were subjected to forced conversion to Christianity, expulsion, and severe cultural restriction. Then the Alhambra Decree of 1492, while primarily targeting Jews, set the stage of similar measures against Muslims. So it is forcing many to abandon their religion and tradition of faith. So architectural landmarks such as mosques were either destroyed or converted into churches, and Islamic art, language, and intellectual contribution was suppressed. So the vibrant cultural diversity of Andalus was replaced by a homogeneous Christian dominance, leading to the loss of centuries of Islamic cultural achievement. So we go to the last of the changes of socio-political, which is religious challenges. So religious intolerance under Christian rule placed immense pressure on the Muslim population. The Spanish Inquisition actively targeted Muslims along with Jews to enforce Catholic orthodoxy. Muslims who converted to Christianity, Moriscos, were treated with suspicion, facing constant scrutiny and harsh punishment for practicing Islam secretly. Those who refused conversion were exiled, executed, or forced into slavery. Many fled to North Africa or the Ottoman Empire to escape persecution, leaving behind it a diminished Muslim presence in the Iberian Peninsula. So the loss of religious freedom and the persecution of Muslims marked the end of the Islamic era in Andalus and the establishment of an exclusively Catholic identity in Spain. So this is the starting of, we can see the fall of Islamic Spain, which is Andalus at that time. So that's all from me.